Bowfishing and Outdoor
We're
Chronicles.
back, baby.
My name is Jared.
And my name's Garrett.
We're two brothers who love the outdoors and spend most of our money and all of our free time on our adventures.
From working all week
To playing all weekend.
we find ourselves
Surviving the week
to live on the
weekends. We are back, season 3.
Season 3 is officially here. You guys were worried about it, but here we are.
What's it called when a professor takes a leave?
Sabbatical.
We were on sabbatical for the summer.
We did a lot of studying.
Yeah, a lot of studying.
Why? Where were we, Jared? What were we doing?
We did a lot of stuff. Just off the top of my head, well, I had got married a year ago.
Yep.
Just over a year ago, a year and a month ago.
Thanks for bringing that up.
On your birthday.
Yep.
So happy birthday, too.
Yeah, thank you.
But I had a honeymoon we went on. We also did some turkey hunting in another state. We did some bow fishing. We did some bear hunting. And we had weddings this summer because everybody our age is getting married. We had a bachelor party, which we probably shouldn't speak of. What happened in Vegas. And that's all I can think of. Did I miss anything?
You forgot. Well, you hit on it, but you need to say that you became what you hated. You became an out-of-state hunter.
I did become an out-of-state hunter.
So,
which we can dive into. But I also have something else.
What's that?
That's been taking up most of my time.
Oh.
I've been building a baby crib.
Yep.
And it's taken a lot more time than I anticipated. It looked a lot easier to build on paper, but I've never built furniture like that before.
You are one of the smartest guys I know. Like, you hyperfixate. Like, I'm sure they would diagnose with some kind of condition, some kind of ism, basically.
High IQ-ism.
Yeah, that's what high IQ-ism-tism. Your ability to estimate how long it takes you to do stuff is just off.
I'm bad.
Like,
I'll agree to that.
I wouldn't mind going into business with you, but you couldn't be the estimator.
We are in business together.
Oh, fuck. I got to reevaluate some things.
Today we were at the baby appointment. My wife is really pregnant. I don't know what it is on the calendar because there's like 3 of them. I don't by the moon cycles or some shit.
The moon cycle.
I don't know what moon we are on, but I know there's only a few moons left before she pops. But today we were leaving and we had to drop her truck off and I had to get to work. And she's like, "Do you think we'll have time to drop my truck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" And she's like, "Well, how much time do you think it will take?" And I'm like, "I have no idea." Like, I just have no concept of it. I can throw out a number, but I'm not just that way with time. I'm that way with estimating anything. I'm like an exact number guy, and my brain doesn't like to try to guess.
I think your brain is just so efficient.
No.
That it's like, if everything went perfect, it would take this amount of time.
Maybe. But like, I'm trying to think of some other things that I just... Oh, the other day we were talking about the Yellowstone River.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our friends was like, "How deep do you think it is?" I'm like, "I don't know, 19, 20 feet.
Yeah.
You guys are like, "No way."
Yeah, maybe in one hole, but not across it.
No, I didn't mean across it, but yeah. Anyways, I digress.
Well, I will say, when you take on a project, you're perfectionist and it comes out wonderful. For example, I know on a previous episode, our viewers would remember about the fly rod, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you finish that fly rod. It's freaking gorgeous. Like, custom made cork handle, feathers from birds that I shot. The problem is, it's like, I don't want to use
like an
it.
art piece.
Yeah, I'm so nervous. Like, it's fine when you're like walking, but like putting it on the boat, it's like PTSD. Like, that's a lot of...
You did break one once. I have the same thing. I'm building this crib, and I'm like, what if this kid's a chewer? Like, I put all this work in, and he chews up. Yeah. So, like, and I've never worked with hardwood before, so that's kind of my experience. I'm doing hard maple. It's solid hard maple, and it's turning out pretty good. But it's like...
For sure it is.
I definitely am like, I could do that in a day, or I could get this done
in a weekend. Your weekend, that's your time. I get that done in a weekend.
I'll do that in a weekend. I say that a lot. And it seems like I'll go to bolt something together, and like the tools won't line up, or the holes will shift or something, or the threaded insert will break. And then it's like a whole afternoon I drilled 4 holes.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
Well, even go back to like our mountain goat hunt that we talked about previous season, the time of like climbing those mountains. You're like, oh, I want to go here to here. That time scale's off, right?
Yeah, but that size scale is off too. I think we'd have to spend a lot more time in the mountains to get that.
Well, the thing is, you spend a lot of your time working on your projects, and you haven't got any better at estimating how long it takes you to do this.
Well, we're in the field like with deer or antelope or something.
That's a pretty fast process.
Yeah, and I can usually be like, I can be over there before dark, or I can get there where I need to be.
That's true.
But the mountains, it was like, we can walk here, and 2 hours later, we're not even halfway.
I'm just getting the same vibes that I get from you from your garden with this crib. It's like a kind of an inconvenient time, starts cutting into my hunting time a little bit. Yeah. I get it, though. You're going to be a dad, and you'll need all kind of advice from me.
Mm-hmm. For sure. How to abandon my child with my wife to go hunting. No, that's not true.
Follow me for more.
Hashtag bad dad.
That is something, though, that is hard to balance as a new dad, kind of a new family, especially is a lot more interactive. When they're in the potato stage, it's like, well, he doesn't even know that I'm here. But like today, I was going to work, and he called up and like grabbed on me. He didn't want me to go, and I picked him up, and then I tried to hand him to his mom, and he didn't even want to go to his mom. So it's like a year and a half, this thing finally notices that I'm there and likes me more than his mom for, even if it was just this morning.
Yeah. The small win.
Yeah, it was a small win.
You know, it's funny you say that, because as I'm nervous about this little being coming into the world, I don't really know how it's going to line up with everything, but I don't want to say picked. I want to say I was tied up and locked in a room to have a child, but Holly doesn't like me to talk about our fun times, so
no. You viewers, this guy, I'm sorry, George, you're my brother and I love you, but you are a fucking dipshit. You're having your kid during peak hunting season. Birds, you got a bird dog.
Well,
archery, you got a new bow last year.
I know. We got married. She wanted to have a kid right away. All right, let's make it happen. We're married. It's legal.
I think it's legal prior.
I don't know.
I don't know what kind of cult you're in.
But we hit a point, and I was like doing the dates, right? And I sat her down, and I was like, all right, we're hitting a point where, like, I don't want to have a kid right now. It'll be like a 3-month period, then we can try again. And she was upset, but it was a hard conversation. We had it. Right or wrong, we had the conversation. And I shit you not, maybe it's God. Maybe it's not God. The next day, I come home, and she's like, hey, can you go up in your hunting room and grab me or whatever? I'll wash it out. Yeah, sure. So I start going up, and I open my hunting room, and there's a sign. It's like, Baby Mason coming October or whatever. And I was just like, it was a mix of emotions, right? Like, I wouldn't have made a good YouTube video film for that, but it was very much like when I shot my goat.
Excited, but like now there's a burden. Or
kind of, yes. It's like you shoot your goat, you're up here, but now it's over.
Yeah.
Right? And it, not that anything's over with having a child, but it was like, I didn't plan on having a kid. Like, we had the talk, and then all of a sudden I had a kid, so I was happy. We've been trying. I'm happy. We're having a kid. It's a healthy kid. Great, right? But there was a part of me that was like, October? God, are the dates right? Can we, like, have you take some medication and either come early or prolong it?
Yeah, there you go. Put her on hold.
Yeah.
So you said, well, maybe it was like God's intervention, but I'm thinking you're thinking more like Kevin Gates. I'm just thinking with my... And the viewers can fill that in.
I'll blame that on old mama downstairs. That wasn't me. I was a victim.
Victim mentality.
Yeah, but, I get home and I take my shirt off. There's not much you can do.
Ribbit.
Get them jelly rolls
that
going.
Fat toad by. Gosh dang it.
Ribbit.
Oh my God. I just can't with you anymore.
Yeah, so
It's been busy time.
these last 2 months have been really busy.
Yeah.
Well,
We don't ever really stop.
like I was talking to Holly about this summer, there was so much stuff I wanted to do. There was a lot of filming I wanted to do, us in the mountains. We just never got there.
Mm-mm.
You know, I mean, I don't think I took a weekend off. We were always doing something.
Right.
And it was, unfortunately, some of it was like wedding stuff.
What do you mean, unfortunately? That was a great time.
It was a great time. But I mean, like,
Unfortunately for our viewers.
yeah, and,
Right.
and for all that, I just didn't get to it because we had other stuff that happened. I don't want to make it sound like we were in the woods every weekend. We weren't, but there was never a weekend that was just like, I'm a homebody this weekend.
Yeah.
And so September hit, opening day this weekend we went out for. It was just like, I haven't got a breath yet. It was like, fuck.
Here we are.
Here we are. And I drew 3 antelope tags.
Yeah.
You got 3 antelope tags. You have an
Yeah.
elk tag. I have an elk tag. You have a better elk tag. I just got a cow tag. But
Time.
and I'm having a baby.
I know.
Like, the only godsend is her mom's coming for 2 weeks. I think I can sneak out.
Can we do a pre and post? So pre, you're like, only God sent. Let's do the post. See if it's a different.
Post will be like, I'm so sleepy.
Yeah.
I just want to sleep.
Well, we started off this season. Our first event we did was a out-of-state turkey hunt.
Was it? Or was it a bear hunt?
Nope.
Out-of-state turkey hunt?
Yep.
All right. So we became the enemy.
You became what I don't want to say despise, but the class of people that we've talked about quite a bit on here.
You've talked about. I've threw major shade.
That's not right. I mean, people that enjoy the hobby but just live a different place than you, I think you should still respect them.
We could get into this debate.
All right, we don't have
It's
that long.
not that I don't like them, like as a person.
They're just competing for my same resource.
They're competing for it, but also if you have a tag, and I'd be the same way. Like if I went to South Dakota, were you going to shoot a Jake if you saw one?
No.
I bet you would have. Why would you want to eat that tag? We didn't see any Jakes.
Yeah,
to
we
shoot.
did. We were sitting there and those group of Jakes came up.
Oh, and you did say no. Because
Yeah.
you had some more days.
Because I'm a fucking big turkey
If you
shooting
would-
son of a
If
bitch.
you would have saw a Jake on the last day, would you have shot it?
No.
You're such a liar.
It wasn't me. It's not like I have to go out and get one. I can go out and have a good time.
But a lot of people are that way. And
Yeah, I would
that's
agree.
what I don't like about the out-of-state tags is
it's a pressure.
they're
zone.
coming home with something. And if they don't shoot a nice one, they're shooting a baby one.
Well, there's even residents that are like that, right? Not everyone's the class hunter. I don't think you should hunter shame people.
When I was 16, you could hunt big mule deer. And
Yeah.
it's very difficult.
Now,
And there's some other reasons. That's not the sole reason, but I know that's one of them. And I've seen a lot of my spots change. But we're not getting into that.
Nope.
We became the fuckers that go to a different state
I just
shoot shit.
just remember that scene from Star Wars. It's like, you were the chosen one. You became the thing you thought to destroy.
You're the chosen one, Anakin.
Yeah. Like that's been playing through my head the whole time.
That's funny because Mom thinks I look like Hayden, whoever plays Anakin. Yeah.
Well,
Not that I do. But
so what was your thought of being an out-of-state hunter? What was your initial thought? Harder, easier?
it didn't change. I didn't think it took. I mean, it was just turkey hunting. Not to
Mhm.
say that that's super easy. But we did the same thing we would do up here.
Yeah, very similar.
You know, it didn't change. So being out of state wasn't more or less difficult. I didn't like the drive. It
Yeah.
was a
Longer
long
drive.
drive.
Would you do it again?
I think so. Why are you shaking your head?
Oh, the guy hates out-of-state
Super
hunters.
hypocritical.
Yeah.
I'll wear a shirt that says
Yeah,
hypocrite, for sure.
Shirt idea.
For sure. But
Hypocritical
I'm not
hunter.
worried about the turkey population in South Dakota.
That's true. They're rolling good.
You know, just like Well, I would like to say that's true up here, but if I saw an out-of-state guy hunting turkeys, I'd be like, go to your own fucking state. Why are you up here?
You got to start being more friendly to people. But we did have success on this out-of-state turkey hunt, or you did.
I did, yep.
We kind of both got set up on it, and then the way things worked, it just worked out better for you, and you got some.
Well, let's dive into that because it was the first day real shitty.
Rainy.
Yeah. And we went out and there was 6 of us. It's so much worse. 4 guys from New York.
Oh my God.
And us 2, right? Well, 2 transplants that are Montanans now, but they brought their friends from New York. So it was really just, I'm probably going to go to hell for being such a hypocrite here. But so we had 3 groups of 2, and we each walked from camp to a different chunk, right? Or drove and then walked. And they were in turkeys all day that first day. And I think I was with you, and I'm like, why did you bring me out here? Why am I wasting my vacation days to be out here, you know? At one point, I think you have a video where you're just like throwing rocks at me and you're hitting me. You're like, Jared. And I'm just sitting there grumpy as fuck. Like, oh.
It's like, Jared, are you sleeping? Even though I know you're not sleeping. Yeah. And then you turn around, give me the finger. Like 2 seconds later. Jared, are you sleeping?
But we walked all fucking day and we didn't find or hear one turkey.
Yeah.
And we walked a lot
of ways.
Yeah. And it was disappointing. And I don't know, the second day was sunnier.
That's a long time ago.
I don't remember what day was
particular on the day.
Or it could have been later that afternoon. I think it was later that afternoon. The sun came out, and we heard turkeys gobbling towards the end of the day. It must have been.
Mm-hmm.
And I was walking in on one gobbling. He was walking and moving, but those public land turkeys, you don't really want to call a bunch because they get real
call shy.
They get real call shy.
Yep.
So if they're gobbling, you just kind of want to get in on them. Okay, and see them. And I've had them before where they've charged me, you know, and that's kind of my thinking. So I was coming in, and we split up at this point because you were, after a long walk, you came up this way, I came up the other way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was getting on this gobbling turkey. Well, you came from the other side, and I got pretty close, but then it got in South Dakota. I think you can't hunt turkeys after it's 30 minutes before sunset. There was a weird regulation because we were
different from Montana. Yeah,
different from Montana because we were walking back to camp in the light, which is like we never do turkey hunting. And so I was watching the time, and I was getting close, but I couldn't spot him. And then it was like a few minutes before time, and I'm like, I'll just leave him. He'll be here in the morning somewhere. Well, you did the same thing, and you actually kind of roosted him. I don't know if you ever saw him, but you picked the tree.
I was close.
You were really close. So the next day, we kind of made a plan in the dark. You had a pin. You're like, I think he's in this tree. So you set up on kind of the downhill side, and I set up on the cross hill side. We were going to wait, and hopefully you had a few decoys, I had a few decoys. Hopefully you'd fly to one of them, right?
Right.
Out of the roost. And walking up, I know you walked in, and it was dark, and we had our lights shut off, and I walked in, and I set up all my decoys, and I set up my blind, and I was sitting there, and no turkey, no gobbling. I could hear gobbling around us, but he wasn't gobbling, and I was like, he must have, someone might have spooked him at night or whatever. He's not here. And all of a sudden, way after light, the goblin's kind of done. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I look straight up. And I had walked underneath the tree he was roosted in. So he watched me set up decoys, set up my blind, and sit there. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm busted, right? He's plainly looking at me. And it's not like my blind's helping because he's from the top.
He's looking right down
on me. So I'm like, oh shit, you know. I have my shotgun and I'm watching him. And you know turkeys start getting nervous when they do that. whatever that noise is.
Water drop noise.
That noise.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh fuck, he's gonna bust. He's gonna bust. And so, sure enough, he turns and he jumps off the tree, and I just swung and boom, right, shotgun. Like I wasn't aiming. I'm just like
pointing and shooting,
full choke turkey load. Like I'll try it. And he hits the ground and takes off running. And I'm like, oh fuck. So I take off running. I lost my hat because I took off running. The trees hit it, and I'm running after him. And you come running up. And what do you say to me?
What the fuck, Jared? You fucking dipshit. Like, there was some language.
Yeah. What, you couldn't fucking wait?
Yeah.
I think is what you said.
Yep.
And I was like, hell, like, but at the same time, this bird's running. And I'm like, no, he's running up here. And you were thinking I fucking missed, and he ran
right.
off.
I was thinking he, equivalent of, went a little too soon in his panties and screwed the pooch on this bird. And turned out he actually did hit it. So then once we realized that, okay, you actually hit it, then I wasn't mad, but I'm just like, I thought he screwed the pooch.
The one fucking Tom we had found.
Yeah.
We walked all day, and I screwed the pooch the next morning.
Yeah.
But turns out my flying shot, they're not super fast, and they're kind of big birds, you know, when they come out. So I had got him. Super cool bird.
What a pretty bird.
Let's broach this topic. Because I didn't know about this until we brought him back to camp.
Yep.
Until I shot this bird. There's kind of I don't want to say elitist mentality in the turkey hunting community, but there's this value system on purebred birds. And what I mean by that is people want to shoot a pure Rio. People want to shoot a pure white Merriam, which I had never really heard of or thought of or cared about before. People want to shoot I mean, that one's pretty white.
Yeah.
It's maybe a little dark, but
that's what
white.
we grew up hunting, right?
Yeah,
so that's what
that's
we're
just
used to.
normal.
So you shot this bird, it's got a different color variation.
It's like orange and caramel
you're like,
color.
wow, what a great bird. And then we discovered that that's not really how the turkey hunting community sees it.
No. So I got back to camp, right? Because we didn't really notice it there either when I shot it. It was like, oh, you got a good Tom, had a good beard, had good spurs. Like, I could wish for nothing better as a public bird. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't get any bigger than that. I really, up in this climate or this area. And so we got back to camp, and they had shot a white Merriam Jake. And they're like, that's not a Merriam turkey you shot. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, yeah, that's... And these guys from New York, these two specific guys, I don't remember their names, but they were... I enjoyed the shit out of them. They were good guys. Big turkey hunters. Shot a lot of Easterns. I think they've done the... Have they done... Yeah,
Turkey Slam.
They've done the Turkey Slam. So they love turkeys, right? He called it right off the bat. That's not a Merriam turkey. And to me, it's some hybrid maybe or some other species. I was like, this is cool as hell. Mm-hmm. You know, I got this color variation. So I started researching it. I called taxidermists. Nobody's excited. But I think taxidermists, we know a few that are the other way. But a lot of taxidermists don't want to tell you to mount something because I think they have experienced people coming back with regret. Like, why'd you talk me into mounting this type of thing? So it's always like,
not me.
It's your trophy. It's your
It's my birthday.
We have some taxidermists.
Some salesman.
You could shoot a 2-point. And he's like, you know,
I ain't never seen a 2-point like that before.
I've never seen a 2-point like that before. That's the coolest 2-point I've ever seen. Look at that weird color pattern on his throat. You know, he's
double throat patch.
Double throat patch. He's got a triple chin dot. You know, that's so rare. And all of a sudden, you got a fucking 2-point mounted in your house. So
all bucks matter.
But surprising, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I Googled it and stuff, and they're like, where I shot this, they think it's a Rio. What I think, and I kind of want to send off some DNA just to get it tested. They think it's a Rio Merriam hybrid, right? Which is super cool to me. It's got like these tail feathers here, real caramel, not real white, and then it's got orange,
like an orange tinge.
A lot of the Merriams up here are kind of blue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or when that iridescent blue.
Yep.
This is like iridescent orange. Really pretty bird. I should mount it. My wife, we're having a baby, doesn't want me to spend the money to mount the bird. Totally get it. But then we went to, not too long ago, a turkey
National Wildlife Turkey Federation.
And
Bingo.
I'm like, these guys are turkey guys. I'll show them. And I showed them, and it's a big bird, you know. And they weren't excited at all because it was a hybrid.
Which is so weird because I feel like
was
the
strange.
waterfowl community is opposite. Like if you get a hybrid duck, you got some cool colors. People are like, man, that's cool. Put that up on your wall. And then for turkey hunters to be like, ew, no.
It's not pure.
It's not pure. I kind of get fly fishing vibes with it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like kind of this elitist.
Yeah. Which I get it. You want to like capture one perfect specimen of each. But
if you're going for the Grand Slam. But for me,
what a cool bird.
what a unique bird.
Yeah.
You know, but maybe they're not that unique.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the first one I've really hybrid I've seen.
But it's just weird, the contrast between the waterfowl community and the turkey.
Yeah, you get a mallard duck that's got a
pintail.
weird coloration to it or some weird hybrid. You think that's like,
That's
I'm
going on the
mounting this
wall.
bird.
Yep.
Right? So,
Weird plumage.
but yeah, we shot that bird. I think we're the first ones to get a bird. Or did they get one the first day?
Well, you said that they got one the first day, but that might have been previously from Montana because they hunted Montana before going over there.
That's true. That's true. They had a bird that they were bringing from Montana. And then they shot one. And who else? Did only 2 birds get shot that whole trip?
That sounds... I'm not sure.
I think only 2 birds.
I was kind of just excited about yours. I was like, you got to mount that, Jared. Jared, you got to mount that.
Yeah, you guys were pushing on me. And I do want to mount it. But
Do
where do
it.
I put a full turkey?
Same place you put a full swan. The eve of your house.
I don't have vaulted ceilings like you do. It's a cool bird.
Yeah.
It was a cool trip.
Yeah. Well, and that was another thing is we got invited by some friends and for them to kind of take us along and enjoy us. That was really enjoyable. But the part about turkey hunting is it's like you're gone early and you get back late.
Spring turkey hunting is
So there really wasn't a lot of like camp time, you know, like I feel like hunting November, your days are so short. So there's a lot more camp time interaction. So
yeah, you would get home, eat, and like, all right, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Because I got to get up at 4:30 in the morning to walk in to be there before light.
Yeah.
But that next day after I shot mine, or no, it was that afternoon, we walked up and you did some long walk or whatever, and I was sitting there by a tree and a whole bunch of jakes walked by me. And you came back to me, or like 4 jakes walked by me. And you came back. Were you there when the horse came by?
Yep.
So we were sitting there asking, or we were just kind of resting. And all of a sudden, people on a joyous just horse ride come by. They weren't hunting or anything. They just were walking, and they come by, and I think we scared the hell out of them because we were camoed out, just sitting next to a tree. They didn't see us.
Well, their dog didn't even see us.
And I was worried we were spook a horse. So those guys walked by. You see any turkeys? And I don't know if they were honest with us. But no, we haven't seen any here all day. And I'm like,
yeah. You're like, you must know them from out of state.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think I know what private they came from, and there was a ton of turkeys
over there.
But as we were sitting there, all of a sudden, I think it was like 8 more jakes came up and walked by, and they were in range. And that's when you were like,
nope.
No.
I'm a big bird boy.
Big bird boy. Empty-handed boy.
Yeah. I can just share your trophy. Can't wait for you to get mounted.
If you pay for half,
Yeah.
we'll share it.
Yeah.
So that was a good trip.
Yeah, it totally was.
That was real good. I think the next thing that happened was probably my honeymoon.
Your honeymoon, was that before Bear then?
Yeah.
Okay, so the honeymoon, what did you do in your honeymoon?
Went to Belize.
Belize. You wouldn't believe what I saw. What'd you see?
Lots of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Not just one thing. Cave tubing, ATM caves. I went spearfishing at night in the jungle with some locals, like free dive spearfishing with their homemade spear guns.
What?
That was unreal. That was cool. I would do that in a heartbeat again.
Just dive we don't have to go into extreme detail, but maybe give a little overview of what that was like.
I met these guys for the first time at 9:30 at night in a little Belize village that kind of looked like a reservation town here in Montana. And they're like, yeah, follow us. So my wife was with me because I didn't want to leave her at a hotel or
Right, in Belize.
So if we're going to die, we're going to die together. And we followed these guys, and they had a minivan. We followed them out to the jungle at night. It was dark when we left the little town. For about an hour, we drove in this thick jungle, and then they pulled up and parked, and it's just thick everywhere and pitch black.
And what's going through your head? Like,
I looked at Holly and I went,
up.
this could be it, man. So we got out, and I thought it was going to be a couple guys. It was like 6 guys.
Oof.
But they were all different ages, and one of them was like 12.
So that makes you feel good.
Well, what it was is I don't think they had a license to guide people because I didn't pay for this. So when I talked with this guy, he's like, what else you want to do when you're here? And I'm like, I'd like to do some sort of fishing. He's like, well, my family's going out. And so it was all the cousins, the uncles, the nephews, like the man thing to go out at night and you spearfish and you bring fish home to eat kind of thing. So they brought me along and they hand me a homemade spear gun, a pair of goggles, and a flashlight. And you walk out this river and you dive, right? And where they first took me, it was only about knee deep. On them, knee deep. On me, shin deep. You know, I was like this giant fat American dude. And so the first time I go to pull it back, I don't really know how to pull the spear gun back, and it slips. And the arrow didn't catch me, but one of the wires caught my thumb and split my thumb wide open. And I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. And the guy that was out there, you could tell he was like, oh my God, like this is going to turn. But rubbed a little water on it. We were good. There's nothing in Belize water that's infectious.
It heals faster.
And went out and we were having fun shooting stuff. Everybody's shooting stuff. And Holly was there. She didn't dive, obviously being pregnant. So she was just kind of talking with them. And they're like, after a bit, they're like, okay, your husband is not just like a kind of a dumb tourist. Like he's kind of outdoorsy. He's good with this. Let's go upriver a little bit.
Let's go to the big pond with the toad bill.
And that was like 15 feet, 20 feet deep. So we went from like spearfishing in like knee deep water to deep.
So it's clear then.
It's totally clear.
So when you dive down, what do you see? You have your flashlight. That's all you can see.
The round mark of your flashlight.
Did you get claustrophobic?
Once. And I'd been diving down. I dived down at the bottom and I shot a catfish and I went to come up and I was stuck under a dead tree that was there and I kept hitting it and I was like, oh my, like
this is it.
Started to freak out a little bit and you can't see. It's pitch black. It's just where your thing is. So I remember just like hitting it and filling a branch and then pulling myself up and coming up when you're that deep. It's not just like, here's the surface. It's like,
where's it at? Where's it at?
You know, and I'm sure there's guys that free dive like 90 feet and they're like, quit being a puss. But I never really free dive before to spearfish at all.
Yeah.
And so we got like prawns. I think they called them crawdads. They look like prawns to me. They didn't look like our crawfish here. But they had claws on them, but they were really long and thin. So they might be some kind of tropical crawfish or something. So we got a bunch of those.
It's freshwater then.
Yep.
Were you worried about any predators? You're in the dark, shining your little flashlight around.
Didn't occur to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Didn't even think about it.
Evolution maybe.
They had a 12-year-old kid with us.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, it can't be too bad. Come to find out later, I was talking to some other locals and I told them what river I was in and they're like, did you see any of the crocodiles? I was like, what? No. Like, what? Yeah. So, but that was a really cool experience. And I mean, I could talk for hours on that. We could
do a whole episode just on that.
I saw some dolphins. We did some cool ocean fishing. I took Holly to the top of every temple I could. Like, that's really why I wanted to go there, is I've been so intrigued with that
civilization,
Mayan civilization. You know, and even now, we got a real piece of jade in Guatemala. We actually went across the border. That's a whole nother story. That was sketchy as hell. But I got a real piece of jade, and it's like my I don't really say Mayan god, but they have kind of like guardian angel type things. And this was mine for my birthday. So, and Holly got one too.
And you didn't get eaten by a crocodile, so working.
Yeah, but I didn't get this till towards the
after
end.
the fact.
After the fact. So, and then Holly and I did, we paddled like 1.5 miles on a 2-person kayak away from shore to this island you could see just on the horizon.
That's a weird feeling. In Montana, you're not really on water that you can't really get to an edge quickly.
And what freaked me out is earlier that day, we had seen dolphins come right up next to the boat, and they're way bigger than I thought they were. And you're on this little tiny sea kayak, and it's like, you can't swim back if the tide's out. You're done. So we paddled out to this island, and we were looking for manatees. But we ended up just like snorkeling this whole island, and it was like a giant coral reef. It's a barrier reef off the coast of Belize, so it's not the Great Barrier Reef, but it's just full of wildlife.
Cool.
Super cool.
You get many photos and stuff of that?
Not underwater. I didn't have really anything to take. So when I booked this trip, it kind of gave Holly anxiety. I didn't plan much. I was just like, these are a few things I want to do, so we'll kind of do this. We didn't really book hotels till the last minute because we weren't staying in resorts. We were just kind of hopping town to town. And so it wasn't like I knew what I was in for. Like every day was a new adventure, what we were doing, which was kind of part of the excitement. Yeah. So, and I got hooked up with locals, so I wasn't on any of the like tours that all the guys at the resorts go on. There's 20 people. Like we went through the ATM caves, which if you don't know, that's where the human sacrifice was and the bodies are and the skeletons and all that. Bodies, skeletons, I mean, they're not recent. And we got hooked up with a guide who for years worked for the big companies, and he's off on his own. So he's one of the oldest guides that was doing it too. He actually helped, I think Time Magazine did a huge write-up about this in the 90s maybe, and how these caves are like one of the wonders of the world. Time did a whole workup on it. He was the guide that took Time Magazine.
Cool. So you got that like inside scoop.
Yeah, and like all the tour guides do their loop, well, he takes us off track and he takes us to the back of the cave and he shuts our lights off. And he's like, I want you to close your eyes.
Quack like a duck.
I want you to close your eyes and imagine, you know, and the whole time you're going, he's telling you the history. So you know what happens in this cave. And he's like, now I want you to imagine all these things he was talking about. See, the fire here in this cave would have been full of smoke. Like you wouldn't have been able to breathe well because of all these ritual fires. And like, this wasn't a place of celebration. This was a place of mourning. This was a place of like your family starving. So you come sacrifice somebody here to help and he's like, think of the smell. There were human sacrifices rotting in here. Like it was very cool how he depicted it. It wasn't grotesque. It was almost sadly beautiful. It was amazing. Like if you are going and you want to go to the ATM cave, hit me up. I will give you this guy's number because he was top notch. So.
What an incredible experience.
Oh yeah, and like we could do a whole series on it. It was so much. So came back from the honeymoon. Then what we hit up?
While you were at your honeymoon, I went and did some fishing. Tried out my new fly rod.
Oh yeah. Did you get grayling?
No. I already did that last summer, dude.
Oh, I got pissed off last summer.
Okay. Calm down.
Fucker.
You were out of country. The old man's down on his health, so I'm like, I'll take the boat. And I went to boat with a couple of friends, went up. Boat ran good the first day. Boat got us up there the second day. Coming back.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, now I remember.
Yeah. Coming back, water's a little choppy. Boat's just bouncing like doo doo doo, and I'm enjoying it. Like I'm the man, right? 454 in that son of a gun, just scooting. Doo doo. Like oh crap! Get to shore, get the oar. So get the oar, get to shore, and open up the compartment, and the battery cable just vibrated off. Oh, thank God! Get the battery tightened, and I remember one of my friends grabbed a piece of like a pliers, and he's like, is there like a handle on these? These aren't insulated. No, they're just bare metal. I'm like, it's DC. You'll be fine. Hook that sucker back up. We hook that sucker back up, fire it in, choke it.
Yeah,
Start
it
going.
Sounds badass.
Yeah.
That boat.
Start going about 25. Freaking smoke starts coming out the side, like my electrical panel where the throttle is. So I hit the kill switch, turn off the engine, and just smoke coming out. And one of the wires in there shorted or something. It just got hotter than hot. So okay, get back to shore. So here I thought I was being all cool.
And your boat
broke down, took a shit. Thankfully, I mean, timing couldn't be any perfect. Here comes some guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're broke down. Can you give us the tow out? Yeah, sure thing. The boat that we're in is like a 18-foot aluminum windshield, really heavy boat. The boat that's towing us out is a little John boat. No top, choppy water. So, yeah, we'll give you tow back. And that's one thing I appreciate about like boating and stuff is the ability that if you own a boat, it's broke down on you before. So you always help out people around.
I don't know if that's true for everybody. We have a lot of broken down shit.
Well, it worked out.
But I would say there's a camaraderie, just like airplanes.
Yeah.
You see a boat in distress, it's like, I'll help you out.
Yeah. So these great guys, they hook onto our boat and they're going across this chop. And they're in a little John boat. And it's like, thoo, just soaking them wet.
Because they're pulling your heavy boat.
Heavy boat, hitting every white cap. We're dry. Feel bad about it. Windshield. And okay, we're getting to the dock, and pretty soon a guy on the dock comes out. He was the dock manager. And when you're towing a boat, you don't want to hit the boat. So there's kind of a method to try to like get this boat out of the way, but get this boat because it doesn't have power. So the dock manager runs out, grabs our boat, tries to like manhandle it, loses his balance, falls off the dock into like completely underwater, and then pops up. Phone, wallet, everything,
and
just freaking
cold.
Yeah, it was cold. Springtime, Montana. And like I was biting my lip so hard not to laugh because I'm the dipshit. My boat broke down. Thank you so much.
And you soaked a whole boat of guys. The whole boat of guys. Manager.
And the dock manager. I wouldn't be surprised if I go up there next year and there's a picture of like me. Like,
yeah, or your boat banned.
Yeah. So that was
that boat sounds badass. It sounds like a hot rod.
It is.
You turn it on, it's like whoop, 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 whoop. And you can't go full throttle on it because you die. You know what I mean? Like that throttle, you gotta really you play it
feather
the whole
it,
time. Yep. It's like, I mean, I know when we first got it, Dad took off in it and he's hitting waves and all of a sudden the front of the boat's going psh, 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 psh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, slow down. Fuck.
It's definitely not balanced right.
No, it's a scary boat, but for sale, hit us up.
It's kind of like riding a motorcycle, right? It's not really safe. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Not a fan?
I don't enjoy it. No.
Well, it broke down on me. I have since fixed it a couple times now. So fingers crossed, should be good to go for a couple more. But with that trip, I also was able to try out my new fly rod, and that's freaking cool. You're up catching nice trout using a fly rod that your brother tied you. So I just have to say thank you for that. That was pretty cool to.
It's got feathers you shot too. So there's some soul in that rod for sure.
Just don't want to break it. Gosh dang it. I don't even want to use it. Shouldn't even think about it. It's probably break. So what else did we do? So, okay. When I was doing that, you were in Belize. What was the next thing that?
I think it must have been the bear hunt.
There was one thing we did prior to the bear hunt.
We flew. That was an experience.
Yes, that was.
That was probably the most scared I've been in an airplane. And something I'll never forget. And type 3 fun.
Really?
Well, what are the fun types?
1, 2, and 3.
So type 2 fun. Type 2 fun.
You do it again. You didn't enjoy it.
I needed a break.
Yeah.
But anyways, we flew up. We were scouting bears because we wanted to walk. We didn't know what mountain range, so we were going to kind of fly them. And thank God we have that ability.
thank to Rob, and you
Yeah.
can go back and hear his episodes. Pretty cool guy.
Mm-hmm. And so he took us up, and I don't like turbulence. I don't like any of that when it comes to a plane. So we hop in, and as we're getting in, we've flown with him before, and normally you just have your waist belt. We hop in, and as we're kind of going out to tarmac, he's like, "Oh, put this on." And I'm like, "What is this?" And he's like, "That's the chest seat belt."
Shoulder straps.
Shoulder seat come down, it clicks here, and I'm like, "Why do we need these?"
Red flag.
Red flag number one. And he's like, "Well, it's springtime, like it's gonna be bumpy." And I'm like, "What do you mean bumpy?" You know? And so we get up in this little plane, and he's a good pilot. I'm not saying he's not a good pilot. I want that to be clear. But I'm a chicken shit when I get in the planes, okay? And you were enjoying it. You were looking all around. He was texting people. I feel like watching TikToks, doing whatever on his phone. Because as soon as we got up to where we were cruising, he just put it on the GPS. We're going to autopilot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like bumping around, and I'm grabbing on that little sissy bar the whole time. I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Which one of these bumps is gonna
be it?
Yeah, gonna be it. And we get to the mountains we're gonna fly. And he flies us in, and we're flying down below the peaks a bit. And it's somewhat smooth, but still turbulent.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came up over a peak where the wind was coming. And I remember we're just like kind of tipped on one wing a little bit. We came over that peak, and it was like, whoa.
Like
felt like it
drifted.
flipped that plane.
Yeah, it's just like, woof.
And
Like
I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah.
a motion you're not used to feeling in a vehicle
No.
at all.
And at that point, I think he had at least one hand on the wheel. But we flew the rest of the way. We landed in a little tiny airport and went and had dinner in town. And then on the way back, and we didn't see any bears.
Yeah.
On the way back, we hit a few mountain ranges, but on the way back, he decided to take us over the tall peaks that were still snow-capped.
Yep.
And it was cool. It was a little bumpy. I was pretty okay with the bumps at that point, and we got into these snow peak mountains. And we got some video clips and some pictures. I got like 4 before I was scared.
Yeah. This guy's like, oh, how come you didn't take more photos? How come you didn't get a picture of that? Meanwhile, he's like,
yeah. Yeah. Well, and he flew us around these peaks, right? And we're doing some cool stuff, and it felt like right next to the mountain. And we come around this peak, and we're kind of like coming around like this, and that wind catches us, and I swear to God, we went propeller down over the top of that mountain. It just felt like we went and drifted over the top. And I just like, oh my fucking God. And Rob's got his phone out. He's
taking pictures
or videos or whatever.
Working his little pedals with his feet.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die up here. Like, it wasn't rational. None of it. It felt unsafe to me because I'm puss. But he was really good pilot up there. Took us around. It was really good.
I enjoyed it, but then when we started getting close and we hit those pockets and it would twist, and it was an adrenaline rush for me. It was weird because it's kind of like, it's exciting, right?
I've never done it before.
Yeah, it was like that edge of like, holy crap, I feel so alive right now. You know, that's probably the same reason why people rock climb or bungee jump. I feel so alive right now, you know, but it's not super comfortable, like so alive, but that's part of me is just like, what the hell are you doing? You got a kid at home.
It fucked me up because we flew out to Vegas.
Yeah.
And on the commercial airliner, we had a little turbulence, and I was like, oh God,
PTSD.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. Looking out the window, like, where could I land? Where could I land and not die? Nowhere. You're going to die. So after we did that cool, like, drift around the mountain type thing, he swirled us around. And that wind was catching us. We were dropping. We were getting kind of tossed around. Yeah. I'm sure in pilot lingo, he's probably like, that was pretty, no, it wasn't.
There wasn't
sketchy.
No bumps.
Yeah. But then there was this saddle, and we came around the backside, and he brought us up, and then I don't know what the wheel does in the center, but I feel like you spin that and it changes the RPM of your motor or some tilt to it. But I just remember coming up to this saddle. As soon as we got above it, he didn't kill the engine, but dropped. The RPMs just went gone. It was like, and then he's like, and then we go, oh, and you almost hear the motor like not working at all. And we fucking dropped down that other side. Just like, I'm like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. And then when we got low enough, like mountains are on each side, we're in the valley. He turns his little wheel or whatever, and you hear it. And then we like level off.
And that's where we hit the ceiling, right? Coming off that saddle.
No, that was late. That was coming out of that whole canyon.
Oh.
So we flew this whole canyon right next. It felt like the wingtips were going to touch the trees. I know we weren't that close, but
So cool, like though.
Unreal. Something out of a National Geographic, and I experienced it. And we came out, and right when we're out of the mountains, we're headed home. There was some kind of downdraft, and we dropped. And everybody hit the ceiling. That was probably the worst drop. Yeah. But after that, coming home on autopilot, these little bumps and shakes.
You didn't even notice that.
I was just like, oh my God, I feel so good. I'm alive. You know?
I like how you just did that position. I'm alive because when we landed,
I took a picture of my hand.
I don't even think you could open your hand when you landed.
It was like stuck from gripping so long. And it was like, and I had a picture and it just was like all indented from
exactly the handle.
That paracord handle.
What a cool experience. And we've talked about that before, but that was like on a whole nother level. And maybe Rob's a genius because he just kind of giving you enough, right? He just gives you enough. Oh, let's just go fly for
I've
afternoon.
Talked to him about that before.
Let's go do this.
He doesn't want to scare you or ruin you on it.
He scared the shit out of you that day.
Yeah. But like the first time we flew with him and he did this cool shit, felt like we were in a fighter jet.
Yeah.
I know we weren't going that fast, but it felt like we were. He dropped in a canyon and he was like, and I'm like, I'm feeling sick. And as soon as I said that, he like slows the plane down, opens the windows, and he beelined it for the closest airport.
Yeah.
You know, he wants you to enjoy it. So super cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, what an incredible experience.
And we found a lake or a hidden pond or something we saw.
We can't find it on a map, but I know we saw it.
Can't find it on a map.
Don't have any pictures of it.
No, and we tried to get it this summer. That's another trip we did the family camping trip, and we tried to hike up and find it, and we couldn't. So,
yep,
that'll be another adventure.
Another adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
after that,
actually asked him about it, and he probably 2 weeks ago he sent me a video of him flying that where that was.
Oh, was it still there?
I haven't looked.
Oh.
I just said it was kind of a long video, you know. I watched some of it, but I need to like comb through it. Yeah.
Find the exact location. So, okay, after that airplane ride, which was such a credible experience, and what was it? A couple hours? 3 hours maybe?
Yeah, it was after work.
It's just insane to me that you can have that much like a rush of that much of an experience in that short amount of time. Just shows you how incredible life is, I guess.
Yep. And how the earth was shaped. That was another thing when we were flying, is how the glaciers and everything has like carved all this stuff in the earth. And when you're up that high, you can see it at a scale where you can comprehend it. When you're down on the ground, it's just a hill or it's just a cliff.
It's like the same thing when you're a kid and you have the hose in the yard and you're making a little thing, but now you're like looking at it real because the scale you can comprehend. So
we went bear hunting after that up there.
Yep.
And we had a few guys with us.
Yep.
Our cousin Sam, who's was on last year, professional chef, big forager.
Yep.
Getting really into, I don't want to say geology as much as like artifacts, you know, more of like stone tools and cave paintings and stuff he's into. But he was up there and we hunted hard and we saw one bear and we did make a play on it. And it just never panned out, but it still was a good, fun trip. Everybody enjoyed themselves.
Yeah, I just remember I was kind of like, I shot a big bear. I don't need to shoot another big bear. I just want to make sure Jared doesn't shoot a big bear. Play defense for the bears. So I was kind of going light, right? And it's like, well, you guys want fish? You know, I'll go get down and catch some fish. I know this place. I'll catch fish. So I went up to each guy and I'm like, you want me to catch a fish? Yeah. You want me to catch your fish? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, all cocked up.
Like what? I need 6 fish. Is it 6 up there?
5.
All right, I gotta catch 5 fish. Not a big deal. I'll do it in about 10 minutes. I go down. I can't catch a freaking thing. I caught 1 fish and it was a little jink. So then I had to do the walk of shame back to camp. But like,
and it's not an easy walk back to camp. No, they were camped on top of the mountain.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone was looking forward to the real not dehydrated food. I'm like,
you mean you didn't catch that fish in the snow?
I mean, no, it's definitely in the snow.
Yeah, that definitely was in the snow. But yeah, that was a good trip. I know Aaron was with us on there, and coming out at night one time on our big walk,
he was done.
About 3/4 of the way up, he was done. And we were coming up. Were you already at camp?
Yeah.
Because you went to get the fish, right?
Yep.
And so it was Sam, Aaron, and I, and we're walking up, and I'm like, I can smell fire. They got a fire going. Sweet. We can sit around the fire, stay warm, eat dinner. And we get up, and our cousin Scott,
the Red Fox,
who's also been on, he does have a fire lit, but it's in his personal camp stove, and he's the only one that can sit next to it because it's small. And so it's like, dude, and he's like, oh, it's toasty, and he's like stoking it. Like, it wasn't in a tent. He just was.
He wanted to try it out.
Yeah. So, but I that like 3/4 of the way up, Aaron was like almost pissed off at life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
we've been there. We've been there.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good trip. And we foraged a bunch of stuff, learned a bunch of stuff.
That was really cool.
Cooked a meal up there.
Cooked the fish with all that forage stuff. I couldn't believe, like, I thought foraging was just kind of like, well, you eat it and get through it. But no, some of that stuff was delicious. Like,
yeah, it was good. And I would do it again.
Yeah.
I need to know a little bit more.
Yeah, so you don't poison yourself.
Yeah, but there's some things that I could pick out pretty easy.
Yeah.
Like, I've been picking onions up there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of wild death onions, the Ujo. But yeah, no, that was super cool trip. So that was kind of front loaded. That was April and May.
Yep.
And now we're into June. What happened in June?
A lot of catfishing.
We did catfish a lot on the weekends. Yep.
I went to hike to some ice caves.
Mm-hmm.
Old lady, and that was really cool. I've never been there, but
didn't take me.
You were like, I can build this crib in about 3 hours. I think I'll be all right.
I don't know if I was building a crib. I think I was in Livingston.
Oh, maybe.
It was for... Shit, what was it for? Somebody's birthday.
Holly's grandma.
Mama's birthday. That must have been it.
But we went to these
No, it wasn't. It was something else. No, they wanted to float the Yellowstone.
Oh.
That's what. We went up and floated. It was just like a family reunion.
Mm-hmm.
Mama's birthday was earlier in the year. But yeah.
No. But we get to these ice caves, right? Super cool. You would never expect it to be there. But you go in there and then, I mean, it's summer and then there's ice in there. And I did eat some of it just because out of curiosity. Like, how old is this ice? I didn't get sick and I didn't die, so that was good. But, and then we found the one, and then we were kind of hiking back, and then, well, this looks like one, and we found another one, and I was the only one that went down in that one. But that was cool because there was a hole probably about 18 inches.
Nope.
But I could see kind of light on the other side, so I kind of get on my hands and knees and wiggle down through it, and then it's this big cavern, and there's bones in there, and I was by myself and my phone flashlight. Like, I tried to take photos, but it was like foggy in there. So I tried to take a photo and it was just like fog. So I took like a little video, but you really can't see the scale of.
Can't appreciate it.
Yeah. But that was kind of cool, especially kind of being by yourself.
How long was the hole? Or was it just an opening that big?
It was like so you kind of hike down and it looks like it ends, but then if you look, there's like a little 18-inch hole you crawl through, then it opens up to another big cavern.
But is it 18 inches? That's 6 feet long?
No.
You climb in a tube? Or it's just a hole, like when you climb through?
Probably
it's
about
open?
like 3 feet maybe.
Okay, so like as soon as you got your head through, you weren't stuck in a hole.
Right.
Ugh.
So that was cool though.
That's
just
super cool.
Having to do that opportunity.
Didn't your wife run the whole time or something? She's got a problem.
Yeah, she does.
She now has a hurt knee because she likes to run so much.
Yeah, which would make sense. But no, we that's because after we did the hike, we're all exhausted, and the car, we're all, what was it, 5 of us? We're all in a baby. We're all of us in a car, tight going back, and she's like, "You mind if I run back?" Like, she was excited about running back, Meanwhile, it's like she carried the baby in the backpack up the hill because I evidently couldn't. I wasn't going fast enough for her. And that's embarrassing. That's emasculating as a dad.
Oh, yeah.
The
Your
wife's
wife
like,
carried your kid
give
and
me the
whooped your
baby.
ass.
I know. And carried the kid and still kicked my ass. It was.
You fat fuck.
I know. Well, it's hunting season, so hopefully we'll get back into that hunting shape.
Yeah. Yeah. She did the same thing on us on our family trip when we went looking for that lake. We finally popped out on the road, and it was like maybe a mile to where we had parked the four-wheelers. And she's like, you guys mind if I run back to the four-wheelers? I'm like,
Nope, bring them back.
No. She didn't, though. She waited there. Oh, because we had to hike. She just ran to the top of the lake. We had to hike down.
Mm-hmm. So we've been doing a whole mess of things. Like, we haven't been talking about on the podcast, but we've been staying busy within our adventures, and then with the whole kid coming on, it's definitely
Life's getting busy.
Life's getting busy and busier.
Mm-hmm. We went to Vegas for a bachelor party. That was pretty fun. And then a month later, we went on the wedding, and that was a great time. I had a great time down there.
And in this, also, can't forget about bow fishing. We did bow fish for some carp.
I did forget about that.
And then we did also go for some paddle fish.
We bow fished for carp, and it was the first time I bow fished. Legitly with my bow. I tried your bow a year or two ago, and it was like the scene off of A Million Ways to Die in the West, where he's trying to shoot the bottle, and he misses, and he holds it this close and still misses. Those carp, when we did it a while ago, I could have the tip of my arrow in the water 2 inches from their head, and I'd let go and I'd miss.
You're using Dad's bow because mine's left-handed.
Oh, I was using Dad's bow, and this year I got a bow set up.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't buy a bow. I had an old bow. I reconfigured it in my garage and got it ready, and we went out to one of these lakes that we know of that has a lot of carp, pretty much just only carp, and I was doing good. I shot a lot of fish that day, a lot of carp. And so I was excited to go on the paddle fish, bow fishing. And
yeah. And even that bow fishing carp, we were kind of dicking around, right? We're like, well, what if we keep on playing and we try to shoot these carp as we come on plane?
We almost got one. It was close with you.
It was super close.
And I drifted that boat like
perfect
that first time.
Come to find out that we didn't have the motor locked down.
Yes.
So when you kill the throttle, that sucker would, or did you hit it in reverse? It would.
No. So like when I go to drift, if I killed the motor, that boat would almost like stop. It would just suck in the water.
Yeah.
And I think it's because that motor would pull up. We didn't have it locked down. So when I drifted that first time, it was like
a professional driver. It was beautiful.
I was on the throttle, and we came around, and there was that fish in the water, and you shot and missed him by like 2 inches.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we caught it on film. I know we were trying to film it, but it was like the first try.
Clutch, yeah,
it was beginner's luck for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap. And so we fished the rest of the day, bow fish and on off, but we headed back to camp.
Yeah.
At one point. And took a break or switched people out. We wanted to get Dad. I noticed when I pulled in, that first time the motor came up, right? I'm like, oh, we sucked rocks. Oh, and we didn't have it locked down. So we went back out. We locked the motor down. Well, then I could be going, and if I killed the motor or killed the throttle, we just stayed on the plane.
Yeah, it wasn't a stop in action.
Stop us.
Yeah.
So I remember heading to shore, and you're like, you're coming in hot, you're coming in hot, you're coming in hot. And I was just like, dude, I've been driving this all day. Like, I can stop almost on a dime with it. And I killed it, and we didn't fucking stop.
Zoom.
And I was like, oh, fuck. Fuck, we hit that bank hard.
Hit my shins, and then one of those arrows cut the back of my head.
Yeah. It could have been really bad.
Yeah. So, lucky.
But dented the boat, probably. I never checked.
Son of a gun. It's a good
lucky.
time. Yep.
Good time, lucky. Then I think we have a video of it. I'm just like balls to walls on plane in this really shallow, muddy shit. And you're like, there's one. And I think you shot straight down. Then we waited for a bit. It was just a good freaking time. I enjoyed that quite a bit. And I'm not a huge bow fisher, but it's definitely something I will do again. I enjoyed. You know,
Well, we had to practice up because we also went for paddlefish with the bow this year.
it was all for practice for the paddlefish,
Yep.
and that was an experience in itself. We shot a
Yeah.
few carp. We tried.
I didn't shoot anything. You shot.
I shot quite a few fish.
I know.
actually.
I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
So, of course, when we see the one paddlefish the whole trip,
Yeah.
who's shooting him and our buddy?
I missed it.
Yeah, you both missed it. I never
No
really
doubt.
saw it. I might have saw it. You know, if I think back, I don't know if it's from your story. If I remember seeing a shadow because I was driving.
Gennaro. Yeah. Can we talk about when we're driving and we kind of hear like a thunk and then hear a splash?
Yeah, we can. So we have some good friends that have a very nice jet boat, like the nicest jet boat.
Oh,
And that's what we were bow fishing on. We set up lights beforehand, and it's a sweet setup. Well, we're driving at night and trying out. He's got an electric trolling motor. He's got a little 2-stroke off the back, you know, and he's got the big jet. So we're trying different combinations to get the right speed. What's quietest? What's easiest to control? All this. And we're driving, and all of a sudden we hear like, boop, and we're like, when I first turned around, I thought you fell in. And I turn around, and you're standing there, and we're like, what the hell is that? And his kicker fell off the boat.
yeah.
And he didn't have a chain on it or anything.
And this is nighttime.
Probably 10 o'clock at night.
So we can see bubbles. But not really a great reference point. And we're like, holy crap. And he's just like, we'll pin it. We'll come back tomorrow. It's not a big deal.
Let's keep fishing. That's a true friend.
Which is like, if that was my boat, I've been educating the masses on the...
I would have snapped.
Yeah.
I would have freaked out. He kept cool.
Yeah.
I don't.
I can't.
If anyone deserves a Nobel Peace Prize, that guy kept us cool. But yeah, we the next day though, we talked to guys, got magnets, we got grappling hooks, we made a bunch of different rigs, and we trolled and tried to hook stuff.
Yeah.
And we did all we could to the point where I ended up swimming and like not diving, but you know, head
Going
first,
under,
but
seeing
going
if you
under
could
and
feel
walking on the
something.
bottom. And it was a little freaky because where I touched down, the bottom was like sink mud. So it's not like I came down and hit the bottom of the lake. I came down and that mud sucked my legs in. And then I was like, you know, I didn't wait to sink. I just, you know, but yeah, we looked and never could find it. So.
And I just props to, that's Jeremy, just props to him for holding it together. I mean, that sucks but he didn't ruin the trip. You know, we just tried and
he was good about it.
He was good about it.
Real good about
it. Hindsight, like, oh my gosh. And then,
I can't believe it.
I remember you and him were talking, like, what if you guys had like a emergency deploy so when it hits a certain depth, you know, an airbag come up, you know, and kind of thinking about these engineering things. I'm just like, what if you just had a chain on it so it didn't
like most
fall
people
off?
do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he had it locked on there, and he drilled holes in the clamps and put a padlock on the clamps so they
so it couldn't vibrate out. Yeah.
Yeah. But he had a board in there, and that board must have vibrated out, and then it was loose, and I just
makes you sick. And
but rest in peace.
Then we need to talk about going fishing with Jeremy, catfishing, because we're catfishing, and he hooks on like a little snag, and he's like,
yeah. Afterward, he broke his rod.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm done going fishing with you guys. I don't know what you did, but it's costing me a lot of money.
Put a hex on him or something. Yeah. Oh, Sherry's hard to outfish.
Yeah, she was on it.
She was on it. I still owe her $3.
Oh,
biggest, most, and first. Yeah. And towards the end, she was catching all them little bullheads and
stone cats. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I switched little hooks on. I started throwing out, and I was catching her. I'm like, I'm gonna get $1 back.
Yeah.
But I never did. Yeah,
but
that's a good time.
One thing cool about fishing is being able to do it with. We also went with Colton, one of our friends that we kind of reconnected at the wedding. He was in town, so we're like, yeah, let's go fishing. So, but that's one thing cool about fishing is being able to go out with friends and kind of all enjoy that, you know, and have that level of intensity where you can just out there to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not out there to win a tournament. You're just there having a good time, BSing, breaking rods, dropping motors in.
I mean, it's kind of like what we talked about hunting is some of the lack of enjoyment we get from hunting now is we're so, I don't want to say efficient, but picky.
Yeah.
But with fishing, I'm not that way.
Yeah.
I don't care what I'm catching. Like as long as I'm catching something, you know what I mean?
I hate to keep bringing up Jeremy, but I know he's going to listen to this, and I know I need to bring up the fact that he's got a really nice jet boat. And he's a walleye fisherman. That's what he likes to target.
It's even carved in his floor.
He's not a huge fan of pike because there's
most walleye fishermen are. I'm surprised he lets me bring him on the boat.
He's good about it. He's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
Jared's on the back of his boat.
We have a little setup. You can clean your fish.
Yeah, super efficient.
You know, and cooler them and then trailer your boat. Yeah.
And Jared's back there, and he's gutting the fish. Well, the pike, I don't think was quite dead enough.
No, still alive.
So
it was late. This was like at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Right? So I wasn't thinking through totally.
So he has his pike. He's proceeding to take his pike and hit it. Boom. Boom,
over the rail.
Boom, over the rail on his boat. I just see Jeremy's eyes. Look at this fish slime just flying
everywhere.
all over his boat. He could just like, come on. Like, why would this guy go fishing with us?
He said that. He's like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah. Lost his motor.
Got his boat covered in pike slime.
Very violently and brutally. And broke his fishing rod.
Yeah. But I always enjoy those two. So yeah, that was kind of most of the stuff we did this summer. Big things. And then this last weekend, season is finally open.
Season has opened up.
And what's open?
Upland and Dove.
And when does Antelope and Elk open?
The 6th. So this weekend. Archery. So it's coming right up. Coming right up.
Fortunately, opener was Monday.
Yeah, which sucks because it's your Labor Day weekend.
It's a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, and you're like, I can get ready for 2 days.
You know, fishing game, come on. You could open it 2 days
Slide
early.
it a couple of days.
I wonder if there's some federal regulations like migratory.
Oh, there might be. No, I wouldn't think so because they're not migratory.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, come on, fishing game.
Speaking of sliding seasons, what's your view on the upland being delayed by 10 days for non-residents starting in 2026?
I enjoy that because where we hunt, not this last weekend, but typically there's an influx of out-of-state guys, typically from North Dakota. I'm not going to lie. They seem like they all have North Dakota plates, and they've got dog boxes on dog boxes on dog boxes. And they just, it's brutal for those birds. And maybe it's because I'm jaded that way, but it's almost commercialized. Like, I think you need some outfitters, but just like anything, there's a yin and yang, there's a balance. You can have too many. And I think the upland is getting that way where you have these guys that are so proficient, have all these dogs. When one's tired, they pull out another one. They got 13 fucking dogs with them. So those birds, like, all day just get hammered.
It's just hard for the average Montanan. My feeling is it's hard for the average Montanan to compete with that. Like, you want to go out and shoot some birds. You take your dog that sits by you at work. You know, you're not to that point where you're competing with people that are dang near professionals, people that are driving 6-7 hours to hunt birds, right? So
yeah.
By limiting that, my thought is, well, it just gives the average Montana guys chance to get out and enjoy the sport. And then in the long term,
all the birds are shot up.
In the long term, I think that just protects the sport further on for future generations because it instills that upland hunting in Montana, not just out of state. And there is like the other side. It's like, well, they bring all the money, you know, and props, you know, you pay more for tags and you're good for that small community. It's not like we said no out of state, just delay it 10 days, give the residents an opportunity to get out there and enjoy it.
I do think because one of the big draws or one of the assets that Montana has is how much outdoor stuff you can do.
Yep.
And I do think that residents deserve more perks than non-residents. And I'm not saying they don't, but I wouldn't mind seeing more.
Yeah.
I think this upland is a good step. I think something like that should trickle through big game.
Well, you've seen it in other states, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Colorado.
Yeah. I think even North Dakota did this bird thing a few years ago where they delayed
in Wyoming, didn't they do something now with non-residents and tags?
I would have to look. I don't know.
Thought I read something months ago on it. Maybe not.
But we're now out-of-state hunters. We did it this year.
Mm-hmm.
Our values still kind of stay true. Like, I went out and enjoyed it. I'll do it again. I think your state has to protect your residents more than out-of-state residents, just because I think you need to install that culture in your residents to protect it. Because those are the ones that are going to be voting people in that make laws that either protect or destroy that sport.
I totally agree with it. And I'd like to say that non-residents are worse than residents, but it's a mixed bag.
Yep.
We've talked to a lot of people, and sometimes it's non-residents. Sometimes it's like the local residents from the small town. Like, these kids got no respect for my property. Da, 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 da. And that
there's just bad apples in every bunch.
Yep. Even though I'd like to blame it all on non-residents.
This is a big moment for you.
I'm logical about my hatred for non-residents, all right?
I don't know.
I can see the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Believe me, but
you're smart enough to get out of it.
And bird hunting went well this weekend.
Yep.
Pretty well. It was kind of a horrible day to bird hunt.
It was hot.
And no breeze.
Sunday, beautiful, nice, cool day. Monday, opening
Brutally
day, hot.
No wind. The dogs could only go so long.
Yeah.
We shot all our birds before 11 that we shot that day.
Yep. But, I mean, it was just nice to get out. It was like I'm getting back in the swing of things. It's weird because it's like I'm back to myself. Hunting season's open now. I'm back being who I want to be.
I'm with you. It feels natural, but it's interesting you say that because my dog's personality has gotten happier.
It has a purpose.
He's doing what he's supposed to do, And I was thinking of not going, staying home and working on the crib, trying to get that finished. And Holly, bless her soul, she's a wonderful wife. She's like, you got to go. If you don't want to go for you, you need to go for you. But if you don't want to go for you, you got to go for your dog. You can't take that away. Plus, we're having a baby, so you don't know
what that's going to be like. The power of now. Right?
Yeah.
If you have the opportunity.
So she's like, you've been working on the crib. You're doing fine.
How long you been working on the crib? I don't want to depress you.
Probably 3 weeks.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like it was longer.
And, it's probably a month now, if you count this week. But it was good to go, and it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Your truck's a little small for 3 guys.
Yeah.
I did almost make a big buck up.
Yeah, you did. What was your...
We got out of the truck because I kept falling asleep. And I'm like, let me lay across your back half seat.
Yeah, it's like...
all cramped up because I'm going to go out. And I was tired. And because we got up so early because we wanted to beat people there. And thank God we did because...
Yep, there's people there.
There was people there that we beat, And they were running pointers, which are a cool dog. We don't have pointers, but I think they're a little harder on the birds. They do better than our flushers. They do. We have more game dogs. We don't really have upland dogs or waterfowl dogs. We have game dogs, But yeah, I was so tired. Well, when I got out, I had my shotgun. I set it on the roof. I climbed in, and we forgot about it. And I don't know. We probably drove 500-600 yards.
Yeah.
Maybe more. And I was like looking at my shotgun in the back seat. And I'm like, my shotgun shells are on the cheek side. Like, how did that happen? And then I was like, Garrett, stop. I left my gun on top of the truck. And Christian bailed out and it hadn't fallen off. Right there. Yeah. Which would have sucked because if you have a chance to buy this, if you like to upland game bird hunt,
highly recommend it.
CZ Bob White 20 gauge side by side. God dang it. I love that gun.
Nice
I shot my turkey with it this spring, and I found it's made upland more enjoyable for me because I used to use Grandpa's 12 gauge pump, and you don't need a plug, so I had 5 shells, and I would limit out so quick because you could hit, you jump a covey of Sharpies, it was like 1 or 2 coveys you jump and you're limited with,
Mhm.
I don't know how many Sharpies you can keep, 3 or 4 last year. And Huns are the same way. So this extends it because you get 2 shots.
Yeah.
So each covy's 2 birds. But the chances are, one of those shots doesn't land. Sometimes it does, but it just, it makes it more enjoyable through the day. They're light. I just love it. That's a purchase I'm so glad I made.
But speaking about bird hunting, and your dog kind of had a cool retrieve. You want to dive into that?
Well, talking about game dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not just upland dogs. Forge, he's the oldest one. He's 5 now. And I got him right when COVID hit. So I got to work with him more than you or Dad got to work with your dogs, because I was with him every day. You couldn't leave your house. Work, I can't come into work, right? So I had this brand new puppy. And we just work drills. And I got him on upland scent. He retrieves good. I can point, direct him places. But I also put him on horns. And he's retrieved horns for me before, where I've sent him out and he's picked up a deadhead mule deer head before. Or like I send him down. He thinks he's bird hunting because we're upland, but I can see a drop. And I'll send him down across, and all of a sudden he'll see the drop and he'll go, oh, that's something else I can pick up. And he'll grab the drop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's not a horn dog in the sense like when you have him in the woods, he sniffs and finds a horn. No, but if he sees one, he's like,
he'll grab it.
Oh, that's something I could pick up, And so we were bird hunting this weekend, and sure enough, Forge, I send him across this creek, kind of deep, narrow creek, right? In case he's going to jump birds on that side. And he's kind of looking, and he's walking this way. Oh, sit. And I point him this way, and all of a sudden he like goes into the brush, and he's down, and I'm like, oh.
Getting ready.
And then he pops up, and he comes trotting out there. I'm like, what does he have? And he picked up a cow skull. He brought a cow skull out, and he was so happy with himself.
That's the thing. You're like, call him over, and I call him over, and he's just shaking because he's just happy.
He's like, look what I found. Look what I found. Yeah. And if we were at the end of our walk, I probably would have taken it home. Yeah. But that was the beginning, and I'm like, I'm not hauling a cow skull on this. And we walked. That was a huge walk we did that morning. Shot a few sage hens.
Yep.
And that was exciting. We put lots of years into figuring out how to get sage hens.
I also shot some huns. Did you get any huns?
I was more blessed with the sage hens. These were the most sage hens we've seen ever.
True. In years.
Yeah. I mean, each covey we jumped was, I'll say
15,
10 to 30 20. Individuals. That first group we jumped was...
What did you say? I said 15 to 20.
I said 10 to 30.
Oh, so...
We're kind of in there.
Yeah. What they average out.
Yeah. But, yeah, I jumped the sage grouse, and I shot one. You shot one. Cameron. Christian shot one. I don't know what's wrong with me. Christian shot one, and then we kind of looked and chased them some more, but they were pretty gun shy. So we looped around. We knew where the Huns are usually, and we walked through where Huns are. And we're walking in typical Jared style. I was just like, there's birds in there.
Yeah.
Walk through that, right?
He did say that. Yep.
And sure enough, Christian busted all those Huns out. And they weren't next to me. So you and Christian shot. I think you each got one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw where they landed in the South Alpha field. So we kind of walked over there. I wanted to at least get one. And they jump on your side again. You guys shoot birds.
I shoot when it comes, turns, and lands like right at your feet.
Yeah, like 6 feet from me. And I'm like, you fuckers. So I knew what direction they flew. I didn't see them land, so I just started walking that way. Well, you walked a little more up and jumped 2 more. I think you guys shot 2 more Huns. I'm still empty-handed. Well, I know one straggler made it clear around. So I get down, I'm walking for that straggler, and I walk by where he landed, and nothing jumps. And, well, fuck, maybe there'll be some more. So I keep walking, and you and Christian come by. Jump the fucker, shoot it. So I think he got 4 and you got 2 or something like that. I think we shot 6 Huns. 3 and 3. And I didn't get 1.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
You're like, Jared, you want to go over here?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Just wasn't happening for you.
No, I wasn't getting.
But that's funny about bird hunting because you see that a lot.
Like, well, and like you guys pick on me for being the bird hunter, right?
You didn't have a chance with them Huns.
No, and a lot of that too is like where the birds go when they jump.
Yeah.
and normally it's me and you. We're not
Mhm.
3 deep. So normally we both are kind of shooting, but when you're 3 deep,
Right.
usually one of the ends isn't shooting
Mm-hmm.
or not close enough. So yeah, that was fun. We did a big walk and jumped some more sage hens. I jumped them. I shot my limit of sage hens, and then we went down. We jumped another covey, and you shot a second one.
Yep.
And then we drove around all day. I slept. It was hot as fuck. The dogs couldn't walk. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
We got out and walked one bottom. We drove clear into, and we jumped a lot of pheasants. That was about it. And got back to the truck. That fan is a lifesaver if you're running dogs in the heat and you're a do-it-yourselfer. If you got dog boxes that are refrigerated or whatever, that's not who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the do-it-yourselfers like us that need a solution to cool your dog off when there's no water and it's 95 degrees out. And is it Echo or
Ego?
Ego.
Yep.
Misting fan.
Battery fan misting. Yep.
So we have a few batteries and a few 5 gallons of
water,
tanks of water, and you drop it in there and it just sprays a fine mist and really cools those dogs off quick.
Yep.
Because it's not good to heavily water your dogs when they're that hot.
Right.
You kind of want to cool them off. If you can swim them, get them wet, anything that can help cool their body.
And we're also running labs, so they have that thicker coat, thicker skin, so they definitely heat up faster.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard on them.
Yep.
They were tired.
But speaking about the fan, I need to bring up that we revamped our website. It now has the gear that we use, and within that, it'll be like links to buy it, affiliate links.
So go on, check it out. If there's something you hear about on here or see, you can go on there and click it and put it in your cart and buy it.
Or if there's something that you guys use that we don't know about, shoot us a DM.
Us to try. Yep.
Yeah, or we're gearheads, so anytime you want to do that. But that's new, and then I haven't quite finished this page, but we're also going to make a recommendation page because, when you mount something, who do I go to mount this? Who do I go to get my boat worked on? That's valuable information. So we're just adding value to our website this season. So if you guys have any questions about recommendations or any questions about the gear we use,
send us an email, send us a chat, comment on a video, let us know. We'll get back to you on it or add it to the website.
Well, season 3, Jared, how do you feel?
Stressed. That's a good way to put it. Stressed. Yeah. Baby on the way, season opening up, podcast starting back up. I'm excited, but there's a lot of stuff I want to do this year.
Yeah.
I'm not good at time management. Or maybe not time management. I'm not
good
at time estimation. So we'll see. I might still be working on a crib by Christmas.
Yeah.
But my goal this year, I will always like to get my mule deer if I can. But I want to fill my 3 antelope tags. Probably won't be with my bow, but if I could get out and get some antelope this year, I'd be really tickled.
Yeah. Exciting time. So be sure to check us out on Instagram.
Facebook.
We have Facebook.
We do have a Facebook?
Well, we have a Facebook. There's not much posted, but there's a Facebook page that says Bowfishing Outdoors.
We have a Facebook now?
Just like a page, yeah.
I picked on you for not having one. We have one now?
No.
There goes my...
Yeah. Material's all out the window.
There's all the wind out
all
myself.
The jokes you've been writing, saving up all summer.
But check us out. And there'll be more stuff on YouTube. We're putting some more stuff together. Obviously, TikTok, Instagram. Check out the website and reach out to us. We'd like to do a lot more interviews. We'd like to talk about the issues you guys want to talk about. There is a lot going on Montana-wise, Wyoming-wise, federal-wise, that's going to affect the outdoors, and we're going to talk about that because you guys need to know, and it's something we're passionate about, Whether you agree with us or not, we want to get that out there. So, I don't remember how we end this.
End this? Well, we got to end it with a ton of energy.
All right.
Goodbye.
Isn't there something you say?
Yeah. And in the meantime, how does that go?
I think it's your shirt.
Oh.
This is it. I got it.
All right.
You ready?
Let's go. Drum roll.
And we'll be
surviving the week to live on the weekends.